Greetings, motherfuckers and motherfuckettes. You missed me, didn't you? Don't lie, I know you did, all 2 or 3 of you. But I had to come back, because it's fucking WrestleMania week. WrestleMania is in 2 days now. Does anyone else not feel the hype? I'm sorry I have to be such a downer here, but I may as well call a spade a spade. It has a really good card and all, but it just doesn't feel like WrestleMania, you know? There's supposed to be matches that you just can't fucking miss at WrestleMania, and it just seems like a solid WWE pay-per-view card to me. And I think they're making a similar mistake this year as they did last year. Last year was all about the Battle of the Billionaires. Vince McMahon versus Donald Trump. Donald Trump, you'd hear that name on every show. Raw, SmackDown, ECW. Vince would come out and cut promos about Donald Trump. What wrestling fan gives a fuck about Donald Trump? I understand you're trying to get mainstream appeal, but when you're putting, promos about this guy on every fucking show you have, it gets a little monotonous when the wrestling fans probably didn't give a fuck to begin with. And the same logic applies to Floyd Mayweather. When I first saw this guy, I was just like, who the fuck is this? I had no clue who the fuck Floyd Mayweather was. I don't give a fuck about him. I never will give a fuck about him. And it's probably, arguably, the most hyped match on the card is The Big Show versus Floyd Mayweather. And in all probability, it's probably going to end up with Floyd Mayweather going over The Big Show. Having a boxer coming in and going over your wrestler, the same way you had a businessman come in and going over the owner of your company last year. I don't particularly like this match, and I mean, it's alright. I mean, I guess it has the whole David versus Goliath feel to it, but who the fuck is Floyd Mayweather, and why should I give a fuck? That's about all I have to say about that whole thing, but way too much fucking hype, and I really don't care. And another thing that has me a little confused is, why is this fucking Battle Royal for the ECW #1 contendership, why is that before WrestleMania? I'm looking up and down the card here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches, not counting that, on a 4-hour show, I'm guessing. They probably could have had that on the card, but... And I look over the names announced for this card, and I just don't really see anyone that I'd be particularly interested in seeing Chavo Guerrero face. The only one that I would like to see is Kane, and they just fucking buried Kane on SmackDown for the 5 trillionth time, so that has me a little baffled too, but hey, it's free. We get to see that match streaming on WWE.com a half hour before the pay-per-view. At least I think it is, anyway. What do we have here? A Belfast Brawl, Finlay versus John Bradshaw Layfield. Now I like the build for this, because I mean, it was so fucking intense for a little bit, it drew me in. I was marking out a bit. I mean, the mark in me wanted to see Finlay kick JBL's ass, even though I tend to favor the heels, and I think JBL's a fucking awesome heel. I'm a big fan of him. But I think that Finlay's going to go over in this match because it's a Belfast Brawl and he has the shillelagh, and Hornswoggle's going to make his triumphant return to help out Finlay. So yeah, Finlay's going over that one. Bunny Mania. Yeah, still don't give a fuck. I think the WWE's women's division sucks. We know what every one of the divas on the roster looks like in bra and panties. We know what half of them look like naked. It's not going to be any different the 2000th time as it was the second. We get it. They're hot, but yeah, they just don't have any depth to the women's division at all. So, Bunny Mania, don't care. Raw versus SmackDown, Umaga versus Batista is pretty much a throwaway match. You know Batista's going to win. They constantly bury Umaga whenever he's on the cusp of any kind of success. So, yeah, throwaway match. It's going under the SmackDown versus Raw banner. Just trying to, we swear we treat our brands equally by having SmackDown go over. But we all know that Raw is the #1 show, even though their band's going fucking down. What else do we have here? A career-threatening match. Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels. I fucking like it. That is fucking epic. I can't wait for this one. Because you know that Shawn Michaels come WrestleMania, he's the fucking man. And Ric Flair, shit, if this is truly his last match, which I do think it is, he's going to put on a show. I know he's going to. It's going to be extremely emotional. It's going to have a big emotional impact on me, the wrestling fan that's been watching Ric Flair for so many years. I do think it's his last match. I think it'd be awesome if they threw a swerve and Ric Flair beat Shawn Michaels, but his career is coming to an end soon. I mean, he has this whole, whenever he loses, his career's over storyline going, so it's going to have to end sometime, so you may as well do it with WrestleMania at Shawn Michaels, but I cannot wait for that one. My prediction is that Shawn Michaels goes over. Money in the Bank, Ken Kennedy versus Chris Jericho versus Shelton Benjamin versus Carlito versus MVP versus CM Punk versus John Morrison in a ladder match for an opportunity at any world championship at any given time. Fuck yes. This one always steals the show. It's going to steal the show again, but why the fuck is Matt Hardy not in this match? What logical sense does it make to not put Matt Hardy in the match? Have 7 guys instead of 8. You had 8 last year. I think that's the thing. Having the tri-branded Money in the Bank, you're supposed to put 8 guys in. Jeff Hardy goes down. Matt Hardy's going to be feuding with MVP more than likely, and they don't have enough time to build for a singles match. Why do you not put Matt Hardy in this match? I don't fucking get it. But as far as a prediction goes, you have to break it down. I don't think they'd give Jericho the Money in the Bank because he already had his title shot recently and that didn't go over so well. I don't think they're going to give anyone from ECW it. CM Punk, John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin, I don't think they'd win because the ECW title is so downplayed and getting the shot at it just, isn't particularly difficult. So I don't think they'd make a big deal out of an ECW Money in the Bank winner. Carlito's just not on that level yet, and MVP, I don't think he's ready, leaving only Ken Kennedy. I think the 2 most likely to win are Chris Jericho and Ken Kennedy. But I'm going to go with Kennedy. The 2nd year in a row winning the Money in the Bank. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Too bad he got injured last year. I would have liked to see a title run from him, but yeah, my prediction is Kennedy. That would be pretty sweet. I'd also like to see CM Punk win and cross over and get the WWE title or the World Heavyweight Championship. But yeah, Kennedy's fucking cool. If Kennedy or Punk wins, I'll be happy. Now the ECW Championship match with Chavo Guerrero versus the winner of the Battle Royal. Shit. I don't think it makes any sense. Most of the guys in the Battle Royal are no names or heels, and Chavo's a heel. You probably want to put him up against a face. What does that leave you with? Kane or fucking Kofi Kingston? I don't understand. I think something tells me that one of the monster heels like Khali, Big Daddy V, Mark Henry's gonna win, and they'll just fucking suck. In that case, I hope Chavo retains. I don't really know how this is going to go, but I would really like to see Kane win and then win the ECW Championship, although part of me wants to see Chavo win at WrestleMania, because it'd be kind of nostalgic with Eddie retaining at WrestleMania 20 and all, just seeing a Guerrero up there for World Championship again. That'd be cool. But anyway, World Heavyweight Championship match, Edge versus The Undertaker. Now, if there's anyone in WWE I'd want to end The Undertaker's streak, it would be Edge, because Edge is my favorite guy in the WWE, but I don't want to see it, because The Undertaker's streak, it's all that's left in wrestling. It's like there's of the very little remnants of the Attitude Era and even the days that preceded it. That's what's left, and I want to see Taker's streak stay intact. I want to see him have another run at the World Heavyweight Championship. Just so long as they don't bring Batista into the main event scene, I'm good. And a triple threat match for the WWE Championship: Randy Orton versus John Cena versus Triple H. This one was actually hyped up really good. And, it's really hard to predict against John Cena winning, and part of me just thinks that Cena's going to win just to spite me, just because I don't like the fucking guy, and he always wins. But I got a little feeling, I just got a feeling that Triple H might actually take this one. I mean, fucking Cena winning 4 WrestleManias in a row, give me a fucking break. If they do that, the fans are going to be fucking pissed off, and I don't think that they want to see the fans fucking, outraged. Except for the little fucking 10-year-olds that actually like Cena. Anyway, I don't think anyone thinks that Randy Orton will retain, and they could swerve us, but excuse me, Triple H is, he's the man. I'm hoping Triple H wins. I predict Triple H wins. All in all, I am really looking forward to WrestleMania, even if the card isn't WrestleMania quality. I will see you all later. Thank you very much for watching. Peace. Nash!